course, relationships start off positive at the beginning. That's just how it works. And if it doesn't, you proceed to try and pursue a relationship with that person, then you are bringing trouble on yourself. They will normally give you the warning signs at the start, the red flags. They'll wave them in front of you, and if you don't see them and react accordingly to them, then that's going to be on you. But what you've got to realize is relationships, no matter how we navigate them or what we do with them, inevitably they are our responsibility on how we manage them, what we let ourselves get away with, what we let other people get away with in the negative, because we want positive, and the consequences of these negative negligences, unresolved, always result in trauma, heartbreak, brokenness, and in some cases even death, even the passing from life. My suggestion to you is that you, as far as it depends on you, to be aware of the goodness of the person that you're with and the genuineness and the effort that they're making, and reciprocate that as far as it depends on you. Reciprocate that, and then on the other hand, if there's behavior or negligences and commissions of behavior that are no good, that are possibly, first of all, detrimental to the person that you're with, by way of an example, alcohol, addictions, these kind of things. There's nothing positive come out of those. And their immediate impact is on the person that uses them or abuses them. Morning, Captain. But then the overflow impacts of those things are going to impact on you and possibly children and other family members around you. This is the problem. Have a good week, Captain. Yeah, I saw you. What, it broke, did it? Yeah. Well, we had a brickie. I got to go to the Supreme Court. We had planks that you couldn't see the rot on the inside of them. And he stood on the scaffold and he's gone 2 stories. He'll never work again. Keep an eye on it. Good on you, Captain. See you after. Sorry about that, viewers. That's the salvage vessel for Brisbane Waters. They pull up the sunken boats and all the rest of it. And what he was saying is the primary crane mast made out of timber was showing hairline fractures, which are indications that the mast is going to break. And if that mast breaks, it could cause serious injury and possibly even sink the salvage vessel. And it's these hairline fractures I can use as a parallel example that we need to deal with when it comes to unresolved in our relationships. These issues that build up, these negligences and of omission and commission in people's behaviour that build up and begin to sabotage all the fruit and effort, good fruit and effort that's been invested into the relationship, the bonds, the love, the union, the psychological and soul, spiritual union that happens between people in intimate relationships. There's powers and unseen parts of us that bind to the person that we're with, just as the sun comes up now. And we are unaware that these are the things that hurt us when you break that union. And you may not feel that it's not, you may feel that the relationship's justified, but you may also be aware of the damage that this is going to cause, and the sadness and the heartache. But the extent of that through the breakup doesn't manifest until you're on the other side of the breakup, till you're in the process, and it can be traumatic, very seriously traumatic. Some people break so badly that they mentally and emotionally don't recover. It's very, very sad. With that said, and I say that with a lot of emotion, because we've all been through it ourselves. We never wanted to be hurt or hurt. Hey? Oh yeah, it's coming into spring now. See you, love. The lady said it's a nice morning for it from the shore. I do remind you, we're stand-up paddleboarding on the bay. I hope that inspires you to get out and go for a walk or participate in your sport of choice or sports of choice. I have several sports that I enjoy and participate in as much as possible. So the damage that comes out of a breakup can not just be temporal, but in some cases, bad cases, permanent, and people never really fully recover because the memory of you haunts them. By nature, I think we are designed to be loyal and faithful and devoted. And when we give ourselves to somebody, that's our indication, the deepest and clearest indication that we want to be devoted and committed to somebody. There is a culture, of course, that just where people give themselves away, and they live with the consequences of that. They're not going to tell you on the surface, and that's why in those areas of sexual misconduct and recklessness and carelessness, there is a lot of more deeper abuse, criminal abuse that takes place, even to the point where people are taken from this world. But that's a whole different dimension. I'm not talking about the criminal realm, I'm talking about the realm of dysfunction that happens in our communities. I want to just make you aware that these things aren't unnatural or unnormal. Keep your mind open and your wisdom and reconciliation and resolve skills available and open to you and practiced. And if you're with somebody that is just not going to be reciprocal, detach, go no contact. If children are involved, keep the contact to a minimum just to cater for the children as positively as possible. And never, ever, ever go back.